Welcome back to the ASUS ROG Dreamleague, still live, still from the Monster Energy DreamHack Studios, and still in the series between EG and 4ASC.
And Shiver's still out of breath. Yeah. You just have to run.
Okay, so Trixie, I was in the queue for the toilet, and then Trixie's like, Shane, please, and I was like, okay, you're playing now. And then I let him go first, and then Shiver's like, we gotta go on now, and I'm like, okay, thanks, Trixie.
He has to focus.
You know, there's an upstairs bathroom.
He was at the upstairs bathroom, because apparently someone blocked the one downstairs. No,
to be fair, though, that's the player area. Trixie has, like, high priority.
This is true.
Yeah.
High priority on the toilet, but he's also going to play soon.
Priority toilet.
Yeah. He's also going to play soon. We're going to have the second game. You predicted it, so congratulations.
But I think they might ban Slark. Maybe.
You think they might?
I think it's highly likely. But
was it Slark or was it the play?
They have other stuff though, like the Legion Commander and their Ember Spirit.
It's definitely Slark.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, not taking anything away from Finstack, they play well, but just imagine that you can't buy wards, or your wards only last 2 minutes.
Like PPD was smoking to actually ward, but against Slark that doesn't even do anything, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna agree that the Slark makes a lot for them happen, but like the last team fight, for example, that
was outplay.
That was outplay, yeah. And everyone really came together and played amazingly. Because I can't believe that none of them died. 4ASC just took an amazing fight. That it kind of. I have to watch that replay later on just to see that fight. And
the
all of them,
one, is it?
There are some games I would say where the Slark really just takes over and controls everything. But this was just really good execution from everyone, I think.
If you can't go for the Slark, which hero comes close? Like Legion Commander Ember for Matuma Man?
AM, he played
AM is amazing, yeah.
That's a very different type of hero, though. Or does he still play it?
He plays it fairly similar,
okay.
Yeah. Well,
fair enough.
He plays AM really well. I mean, he doesn't do much different than any other AM player would on it, but he's steady on it. Okay,
here's the thing, though. What if you don't ban Slark?
All right.
You take the Puppy approach. You know, Puppy, like, we keep losing the Wisp at TI 3 final. We're going to play till we beat it. That's a Puppy approach.
Wasn't it Darkseer and Naga? Wasn't that the thing they were playing?
That's TI2.
It was the
same story, though.
Yeah, same story. Like, they don't ban heroes. They find counters to it.
Yeah.
So, and PPD is no Puppy. And I keep talking over Shivers. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Give me a Puppy insight.
I don't have any Puppy insight in that regard. Well, like, beat it until you can, right? Or try until you can.
Try different things to try to beat the Slark.
Until you can. Yeah. Although the question is, do you want to, like, at this point in the group stage for EG, this is their first day, 2 series. They already won the first series, which is probably not entirely what they were expecting. And if you're EG, you're coming here not to be in the top 6, but you're coming here to be in the top 2.
Yeah.
So, and originally the 2 teams to beat were Cloud9 and Team Tinker. You can't really afford to drop games to other teams in that regard.
This is probably the strongest team aside from EG and C9, I would say, so far. Team Tinker still have a lot of games to play. But just touching back one more time here as well, regarding how to beat the Slark, right? Because you guys say pick until you beat it, like keep playing against it.
Or ban
it. I talked to 4ASC specifically, and these guys say we know Slark better than everyone, but we don't really want to show how to counter it.
Pick the Slark yourself.
They did play against Slark. Do you remember what they did?
Anti-mage aggressive trial.
They picked 4 silencers.
Oh, that was
the 4 masks. They were going to play, as Lumia put it. And the 4 silencers just worked really well. They had Disruptor with an Aghanim's Rush. And that played out really well for them. And just in general, having Skywrath, Disruptor, what was it more? They had Doombringer. They did have... The last silence was from
Death Prophet.
No? Death Prophet,
yes. So mass silence might be one way to approach it. And I think that it's always like this. The team that knows how to counter something is the team that executes it the best.
Well, we are going to see what they're going to do, if we're going to see a Slark or if we're going to see it banned out, because we are in the draft. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Lumi, Waga, as well as Shane. Let's see what they do.
We're going to do the beat Slark strat. Let them pick it, and we'll beat it.
All right.
Honestly, I think AA is actually pretty good against Slark.
Well,
like I mean, that's what teams think.
Yeah, they picked that in the last game, but it didn't really work out.
A lot of teams have picked it, though, and it doesn't work, as you say. I think Elder Titan might be the right approach, because you have spells that go through the Shadow Dance, and you also have the extreme minus armor whenever the Spirit is on top of Slark. And Slark is a hero that even steals agility. So even more to deny.
Yeah, he's good against him in multiple angles, right? You make him much squishier. You give him vision so he can't regen.
Yeah.
And the spell steal, like you said, or stat steal is not going to be as effective.
Anti-Mage did really well, actually, in them offensive tri-lanes. Who was it? 4FC that did it? I'm pretty sure it was.
I'm not entirely sure who it was that did the aggressive tri-lane AM. Was it them? Yeah, it could have been.
And MVP did it as well?
It was, yeah, it was.
There was 2 teams that did it. And it seems pretty good.
Yeah, so anyway, talking about the draft in this game, 4ASC has the Slark again. And the bans that went was Visage and Lycan as the first bans from 4ASC. A lot of teams have failed with Lycan this tournament. EG is a team that plays Lycan amazingly.
They really do.
So this is a good draft or a good ban already by 4ASC, I think.
There is no Legion ban though. So it's still in the pool, and they love to play it as well on Valix.
But a big key factor for EG is also for ASC is also removed, and that is the second ban of Centaur. Centaur is not in this game, and it feels like Jarex has always relied on like, okay, we're gonna pull in our entire team with Stampede, kill one, get out.
Yeah.
Do you feel that that's kind of Trixie's best hero, at least in this tournament?
Yes, he has also played it the most, I think, out of his heroes.
He's really aggressive with it, which I like. Even though sometimes he does like die, but like when it works really well.
Yeah, and when he dies, it's also like a lot of stuff committed.
Yeah.
Trixie, one of the players who knows how to feed with an okay outcome the best, I would say. Like he never dies. Well, he doesn't die for nothing. We also see Trixie in the camera there. Like you can laugh as much as you want about someone dying, but in the end, he also very often manages to pull a lot of people TPing or chasing him for a long time.
The space creator.
Yeah, in phase 1, we even saw Trixie run away for like, I think he ran around for like 1.5 minutes. Lumi and I were casting a game where his clockwork just created more space than I've ever seen. Pretty much from level like minute 2 to minute 4, the enemy was chasing him.
Holy crap.
And, you know, obviously not worth killing him at that stage even.
4Anchor are taking out a lot of these. Or at least Storm Spirit.
The silencers.
Yeah, the silencers.
Yeah, and they even picked Skywrath as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, Disruptor is available. Disruptor and ET would be a nasty combo, like Disruptor, Puck, and ET. It's a lot of AoE, and AoE is one of the weaknesses to Slark that I believe in the most. But I also thought that what Tinker was drafting was pretty strong when they had a Timbersaw with a lot of damage you can throw into the Shadow Dance.
Yeah.
But that also didn't work out.
Okay, we got a universe.
What about the good old Chrono? Give Slark the Chrono.
He can shadow dance before it now, but he'll still be in the Chrono afterwards.
Well,
I mean, even if you shadow dance before it, every single hero so far has a way to
damage you during it.
Hit him while he's like in place, right? So, ET and Puck.
And Universe is also, you know, one of them decent voids, as we mentioned previously.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 would void again.
He probably would.
I wonder will they pick Legion here. Like, I think it's pretty good against Puck, because Puck is so mobile, and if you can just blink in and duel him. Like, Puck is always really weak at every stage of the game, like, as in health-wise.
I feel like it's a little weak against the Void, because when you duel somebody, like, the team kind of clumps around the area.
Yeah.
It just sets up a very easy Chrono.
That's fair.
And the Chrono will always, at the very least, save whoever that's getting dueled.
So, by Lumi reasoning here on the last draft, 4ASC will pick up 2 cores now. Correct?
Yes. That's generally how Jarex draft is. Now, what if EG just goes for something like...
Ooh, very quick.
Okay, never mind.
This is some TI draft, right?
Yeah.
Minus the Outer Titan.
Yeah. That is true.
I was gonna say, like, what if they go like Faceless, Doom, and then another support? That's a lot of ways to actually shut down the Slark. But they're gonna go with Razor instead.
So the idea is the Razor for Slark directly, like just for the static link? Is that the idea?
No, I think Razor is more that EG just played really well and not banning it out. Yeah, they think that, you know, they can make things happen with it, and they have, you know, definitely done so before. So it synergizes fairly well with the Void as well. If someone gets caught out, you can punch in there with Razor. You can maybe position yourself for your ulti to deal damage and static link.
You can actually just Chronosphere on top of him, and he'll still do damage with the ulti if he's on low.
That's true. Worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And
The
I think
Viper.
maybe even something like an SD over on EG could be a decent last pick, because the protection value of disrupting someone
during Skywrath ulti and Ravage.
Skywrath or Slark bashing someone, it's not to be underestimated. And again, I really love how this phase 2 started with Jarex saying we have a pretty limited pool and we pretty much play the same thing over and over, but people can't really ban everything that we do, so it's gonna work out. You know, it's pretty fine. That was, you know, that was the most true thing that he has ever said, because they're really just drafting similar things.
The same heroes. Swap out Centaur, put in Tide.
Yeah.
But obviously that changes a lot though, right? Like Centaur was kind of what initiated a lot of the small ganks. Tidehunter, you can't really do that. Or at least not as effectively. And the Stampede as a getaway tool is kind of a big deal as well.
Yeah. Gonna ban out the Venge to deny the minus armor combo from Tide Vengeful.
Yeah.
But that also leaves the Rubik available.
And the Sand King.
And the Sand King as well. Sand King Tide has been played before, and it's a strong combo. And it's very beautiful for Skywrath when you have so much AoE disable from a Tide and a Sand King going down at once. You normally land a pretty good ulti during that timing.
And you have such ridiculous chase as well with Slark and Sand King. Like, they're never getting away. Witch Doctor. I think, wasn't it Zai that said he hasn't lost on Witch Doctor?
I think he said he had 2 losses on Witch Doctor.
Haven't lost on Wraith King, I believe it was.
Yeah, 0 lost Wraith King, and in general, just that's the EG stats though. Like they have 2 losses on. I guess
they're very inflated stats. Actually, 2 losses is like kind of high up there. Like maybe Witch Doctor is not that good.
It's one of their worst heroes.
Yeah, that's what happens when you play tons of games, and in general, you are probably rated they're rated the top Western team, so you get tons of wins in your hero pool.
Yeah.
Because we saw the same thing around TI3 or after TI3. The Alliance had like 88% win rate on this and 90% win rate on that. It's like, yeah, but they win about 80% of their games, so it doesn't tell much.
All right, so Bane is gonna be the pickup. If you can't get the Dark Pack off against Fiend's Grip.
Well, it's so hard to Fiend's Grip a
That's
Slark.
true. That's true.
Like, he is so elusive. He's either going to be in Shadow Dance or he's having a Dark Pack go off soon.
Here's the thing, though. He's much harder to kill compared to like an Avenger AA, because he could at least either Nightmare himself for a bit or Brain Sap to gain more health.
He also has the Enfeeble.
Enfeeble on Viper is decent as well, but as for just controlling Slark, I think it's mostly Puck, ET, and Faceless Void.
And it's going to be a Sand King.
Job. Yeah, so... I mean, obviously we have watched every single game that these teams play here, so to us maybe it is even more predictable seeing what we're going to get out of this, as EG just arrived and playing their first games today. But even if they knew what they were drafting, I think they would have done the bans pretty similarly. We'll see if the don't ban Slark is going to work out.
So Jarex actually plays like the most aggressive Sand King ever.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't do what normal Sand Kings do and just go straight top, sort out the lane and then just start stacking jungle. He goes like early boots and learns stun first and just kind of makes space around the map. Like we saw him, he got a solo kill on Enigma yesterday.
Yeah, he got the illusion block micro.
Oh, that first blood was crazy. He was walking him down after stunning him once, getting his illusion in front, just right-clicking with his hero and then chasing him all the way down to the tower. And a final stun and right-click did the job.
Amazing.
That's impressive when you can do stuff like that in a competitive game. Then you feel good. And definitely Sand King on Jarex was probably what opened most people's eyes to how good he actually plays.
This combo as well, Jarex on the Sand King and Trixie on the Tide, when they, it was probably one of the best Sand King performances I've ever seen.
It's the 1-2 combo, right?
Yeah, it was
At the same time, I feel like Sand King is a kind of a higher variance hero, if you will, because you guys talked about that amazing first blood. At the same time, let's say Sand King dies once or twice, or doesn't get his jungle stacked as well as he wants to.
Yeah.
He can be a fairly slow support in terms of putting himself into the game, right? You could just kind of walk around with 10, 15 minutes without Blink Dagger and not be a part of the game.
True.
So, I think the first 5 to 6 minutes is going to be where Jirax needs to do his most work, whether getting those first bloods or stacking his jungle.
He loves to rotate, like he loves to go around lanes, and like me and Bruno were talking yesterday, and he got like 7 games in a row. He was either he got first blood or like directly involved with it.
Yeah, that is. That is pretty impressive considering the fact that the enemy team could also be the ones to get first blood, right? It's not just the fact that you out of your team, it's you out of 10 players are in it. Yeah, he has secured the most, or created most first bloods in this tournament so far. There's no doubt. Like, I don't even need to look at a stat because it's probably pretty convincingly the most.
Yeah, 4FC has scouted out the high ground ward that EG just
Sounds
placed.
like 4FC. Not actually 4FC.
4ASC.
Thank you.
I say the same thing.
It's tough.
You know, Finstack is just easier.
Or anchors, anchormen.
The Finnish team.
The Finnish team.
The Finns.
The anchors.
Yeah. The anchors, yeah. Okay.
And people get confused because there is actually a team called the Finstack, but I mean, a lot of Finnish teams have throughout the time of Dota been referred to as Finstack, no matter if they have that as their name or not. So a team using the name Finstack kind of hogs all the Finnish team's name, I feel. A little bit greedy. A little bit greedy.
Okay. This is a beautiful combo. The Nightmare into the...
Is Trixie dead?
Static Link.
I don't think so.
It's going to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, he got the Anchor Smash and then walk away. But
he doesn't have a salve. So it'll take him a while to regen up.
Yeah, not the best start for him. And he still has creeps pushing, so Trixie should maybe just rotate and do some stack on the Ancients. Of course, he missed this first timing. But
look at Valix, just pulling Fear out of lane completely.
Oh, it's the Puck against Viper matchup once again.
God. Fear is probably having nightmares of that earlier.
Fear's like, do I really have to do this once again? PPD. I guess, you know, in the end, he really crushed in that
didn't die.
game.
Like, even the amount of pressure Fear was under, he just kind of stood strong and didn't die. Like that's
yeah. He's proving himself very, very solid. And Jarex is zoning people with Sandstorm. Kind of cute to see.
Hey man, no sentries.
So he's gone kind of different in this game. He's decided not to roam as much.
Yeah, well, they already stacked once as well. I expect he won't roam that much on a Sand because you want to get the jungling going. That's really important.
Okay.
Universe trying to pull the creeps out of the neutral camp here, doing a good job switching the aggro. Gets one creep at least, and they might even go in and punch a little bit here, stealing the camp.
Dude, PPD coming here to disrupt the pool, and who's gonna get the DD Nightmare for a double damage?
PPD.
Oh,
he doesn't have boots though, so he can't really walk with the same pace as the Tidehunter. Tide's gonna be fine in the end, walking away.
Bane with DD is like the scariest thing in the world.
Oh,
He's so fast. Like 315 movement speed?
Yeah, I mean, base on paper. Oh, top. No, okay. On paper, I think Bane is one of the best heroes in Dota, just by his stats, his movement speed, his damage, his armor is good as well.
His attack animation is pretty good.
Yeah. And if you get all your spells out correctly, I think he has massive impact as well. But he's kind of hard to execute. Like, getting a full channel off can be difficult.
Jarex pretending to stun. Stun!
Yeah, he doesn't have stun though.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like
the fake stun.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they saw the Sandstorm, and he's still level 1. So.
Yeah, the walk-in. Universe did jump away in fear though, so...
I mean, that's the only thing they really wanted to force, you know?
Yeah.
I trade my jump for your jump.
Jarex could be getting more farm here if he focused on himself, but he really does not want Matumbaman to get into trouble in this lane, because ETM Void is a pretty tough lane to dominate for a Skywrath Slark alone.
Look how far back Zai is playing. Yeah. And he's just he bought 3 clarities at the start of the game. He's like, okay, I'm just going to sit at the tower and I'm going to spam this.
So he has been using up all the clarities?
Yeah, he used all 3 clarities.
A lot of aggression. And all the tangos are gone on the Skywrath as a result of that as well. So no regen for him.
Oh, the Centaur steal.
Oh, the steal. Trixie, so cheeky. And he also gets the disjoint on a pull. PPD wanted to pull to the big camp.
That'll push the wave.
Yeah.
No wonder. He's just taking the whole creep.
Yeah, he's just running away with it. I mean...
Come, creeps.
Taking the money and leaving, right?
Okay, so Fear has had a bit of practice against Viper. He's not doing as badly as the last time.
True. Also, this time he hasn't been under pressure from an extra hero.
Yeah, the roaming Earthshaker we saw.
Exactly. So this time a little bit more fair matchup, and you know, Puck does fairly well against most heroes, but Viper is a pain. Definitely is a pain, especially with the 3 points into corrosive skin now.
every time you shoot out the orb, like Valix is gonna run into it.
Yeah, you need to time your phase shift, but he did do that really well in some clutch team fights as well.
Yeah.
Now Jerax has finally proceeded to run into jungle and try to farm up with the Sandstorm.
Yeah, nothing has been happening for like 4 minutes. I want to say in broad theory, like it favors EG because they need level 6s pretty badly to start fighting the Coil, the Fiend Script, the Chrono.
They also have a jungler as well. Like
Well, the jungler hasn't been jungling until now, so I guess the Fin stack hasn't been able to benefit from that, but they are starting to do so.
Yeah. But, of course, as soon as you have level 2 on Sandstorm is when you really start killing off camps in the jungle.
Did you see what Zai is doing? He's trying to block camps with the, or at least scout with the Spirit. Oh. But man.
Oh, he doesn't have bounce. He's going
That's
down
first
here.
blood.
Yeah.
How?
Universe.
Universe and Zai finding the opening here on top lane. That is a big kill as well. Getting a little bit of stoppage on this Slark.
That's a pretty rare mistake in the sense that a lot of supports will just run away when you pounce or try to trade ineffectively, but the briefcase, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Fear.
Fear on the mid lane taking a lot of damage. Oh, can he break the coil to deal the damage? He actually... Oh, okay, he bottled up a lot.
Yeah.
That would have been clutch.
That would have been the next level kill.
Yeah.
But Arteezy with the rotation, coming in mid, hitting away a little bit, but not enough to kill. Even if he landed a Plasma Field, Viper would have lived there, so better just run back.
He's very low now.
There he is. And the stun to snatch the bounty rune. He takes the gold.
Jerax's second
Dude,
bounty
the
rune.
briefcase, though. Look at that.
Yeah. Staple gun, though, or briefcase?
It's a briefcase.
Actually briefcase?
Actually briefcase.
Okay.
I will have no debate.
Staple gun.
Can't hear Bruno.
Bruno says it's a staple gun. So mixed opinions. But Void is doing really well on the offlane now. Obviously he's behind the Slark in last hits, but after killing him once, you have power treads already, and you're closing up on level 6. That's the bigger thing. If you can get your level 6 on Void...
Universe is so good at this.
Yeah, there's kill potential. Pulling the creeps under a tower here by some aggro pulling onto the Slark, just so he can maybe get some farm, but... So the Skywrath being here, you have to be so careful.
Well, I think the danger of having your Void level 6 in conjunction with Zai's nuke, you need a puck to TP in and suddenly you get a kill.
Yeah.
So that puts a lot of pressure on Top Man.
It does. Zai has scouted out this big stack, the triple stack here by Jerax, but he's not here to steal experience right now.
He's on the way.
He's
like,
running back.
I'm coming.
Oh, look at his experience. He's at 88. How much can he steal? Already 163.
Oh, he's not stealing anymore.
He's
going to
steal?
Yeah, he does soak up the experience. Gets from 88 to 222, taking a lot away from Jerax.
Although I think Jerax cares more about that gold.
Yeah,
than
that's true.
Anything else.
Yeah, but the Elder Titan, man, he cares about levels. That's happiness right there. PPD being very effective on bottom lane, meanwhile, just pulling a lot of creeps into the big camp. And how is Tide doing, really?
He's just stacking. He's just been sitting here stacking. He has mana boots, which is pretty good considering the lane.
Yeah. It's a tough lane on bottom for sure, and it should be complete free farm for Arteezy on this lane. So.
He rotated mid quite early to try and save Fear.
And other than that, I don't think he has missed any last hits really on this lane.
If you watch Universe on Void now, he bought a smoke, and he's like, right.
Solo gank time?
It's time, boys.
Well, I don't think you solo kill anybody, but...
Yeah, but...
No, he goes bottom with a TC.
Oh, he's teaming up with PPD.
Oh.
The thing is, whichever lane he ganks for...
Behind the tower gank
they have a lot of damage on those lanes.
Yeah.
On the top lane, though, it looks like Zai perhaps a little bit of trouble to jump in.
He's gonna die.
Barely gonna hit.
Yeah, but at the same time, this Tidehunter, he little does he know. Oh, Trixie, the 6th sense, trying to run away, still should go down here, though.
He's really tanky.
But with the nukes.
Yeah.
As soon as the nukes come in as well, he does go down. And that's gonna be a lot of damage to a tower at least.
2-0 on Void.
Yeah, Universe, I mean, showing off exactly why people respect him as one of the strongest Voids, knowing that he can get a kill as soon as he has level 6.
I was watching him in the lane, and every time the Skywrath ulti would come, he'd switch to Threads, or he'd switch to Strength, and then when he, like, instantly after he'd last hit on Agility. Like,
yeah, thread switching, man.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's so good.
Shane, I've been telling you to do that for years.
I do it sometimes.
Bottom, they want to go for this.
Tide's
for
not level
ASC.
6.
Well, Burrow Strike's gonna come through, the sleep ends, and here comes Boogie, the silence out. They're gonna get Universe, I believe. He's not gonna magic stick up. Oh, he jumps away!
Oh no.
Meanwhile, the Razor comes in, and he's gonna try to clean up. There is no more mana for Burrow Strike. Trixie in a lot of trouble. He dies a second time. Jirax runs away. He's gonna clarity back up. He needs to buy that dagger. He's so close to it.
Mercy.
Okay, he needs to buy TP and get out.
No.
That works too.
No, you can't stay. Nartizi. What? No. What? Oh, he sees him.
Okay, Sass.
He was actually like 5 gold away?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have been the risk-averse player and TP'd out. Never mind, actually he TP into the fight, so there was no TP out.
The position he actually stood in was really smart because he didn't want to go right to the bottom because he knew Arteezy would do the plasma field and it would do the max damage at the bottom.
Yeah, so he was trying to be as effective as possible and not using Sandstorm because that would just reveal immediately that, hey, I am here. Of course, that could have dodged a right-click, but still should have gotten him killed. But that was very ambitious by 4ASC, and the Skywrath got away with like under 10 HP as well to the Razor, so I think that could have ended up being
Imagine
even worse.
if Trixie was level 6 though.
Yeah, it could have been worse, and they did lose 2 heroes and the tower. Yeah, if the Tide was level 6, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
I guess their reasoning was, we TP in, we try to kill one guy, you will get level 6 on Tidehunter when he dies, and then, you know, maybe they didn't plan that long, but that would have been how it would have played out anyway. The end, EG, 4-1. Very big, big start for them here.
They always just come ahead just like passively, but just farming as well. You know what I mean? Like, sure, they got some kills, but they're a team that just really, really take advantage of everything.
And Puck also farming up a big stack now in the jungle here, so he will have his Blink Dagger after this. All these creeps, there's a lot of gold to be gained.
Do you wish you had supports like this in your game, Marco?
Dear God, I would be unstoppable. So much gold. Zai, and of course PPD has also been very active jungling and stacking.
They have another smoke on PPD.
They do actually.
Chronosphere is up again.
Yeah, maybe just never stop, never surrender. But Void is farming top now, so if he runs away, it's gonna be very obvious.
Blink Burrow Strike to start the fight for Fear. The silence is going to come through. Okay. He's actually dead.
He did purchase before, though.
Yeah, he had his Blink Dagger, yeah.
So he didn't get stopped, at least. But it's still a kill, and, you know, this is what you want to have happen when you have your Blink Dagger ready on Sand Find those ganks.
When you play Slark in this game, do you go for the same build, like all the stat items?
No, he did go for the Midas, should be mentioned at first.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So he understands that when we don't play with Centaur, the game is different.
It's longer.
Exactly, it's longer, and it's not the non-stop fighting with Stampede. So I still think the Blink into Scotty is proven the most effective.
Even against Elder Titan?
Even against ET, I think. You could also opt to go for something like later Assault Cuirass or Vladimir's even.
Yeah, Vlad's.
But I still think the Scotty does so much for you.
Okay.
Just for the chase, really.
You can maybe Basher instead.
All right, a solo smoke going up top. A very easy kill if they get the chrono off.
Yeah. Blink into Vlad's Basher would not be that bad, I think.
Yeah. Oh, Matumba Man, they spot him.
Yeah, and Matumba Man always notices.
Yep.
That's also a thing to be said.
He must just stare at the screen.
I think his eyes, whenever he's moving somewhere, his eyes are just going like, okay, is my hero moving slower or not? Or maybe just looking at the movement speed, movement speed status.
No, the passive. Like the thing disappears.
Yeah, you can see that as well, of course. I think the easiest thing to notice though is your hero just moving slower.
Usually when I'm moving though, I'm not watching my hero. Like if I'm moving through the jungle like that, I'm looking at where around the map and like seeing, okay.
True. Either way, I don't think I've seen him walk by a ward without realizing it's there, pretty much ever. And that's really one of the strengths, I guess, of a Slark player who plays it a lot. Pays attention to this always.
Let's see. Okay, so the supports from 4ASC are actually quite high level, except for like Jirax has got a lot of farm in the jungle, and he's the same level as the offlane Void.
Yeah, he is. Well, offlane Void, he is a monster right now. He has Treads and Mask of Madness and Clouds of Attack Speed as channel.
Okay.
solo kill attempt, but he was under the vision of a ward, I believe.
Well, now they would know. He's already pinging it out. There's a ward.
Yeah, but that ward has done its job. It's dying in 28 seconds anyway.
Yep.
Matumba Man playing a little bit more careful now, as he knows there are a lot of people up here, or at least there's a lot of people who are not on mid lane.
Yeah, we're seeing a very different method of controlling the Slark. Just having the Void constantly off the map. Or at least within the vicinity, drop a Chrono. Because at this point, if you get Chrono, you're dead.
Yeah, because it's so easy to just Chrono and then follow up with a Fiend Script before you can do anything.
Trixie
they want to go.
Dagger.
Oh, here we go. They need to jump away. The drum's going to get activated.
Yeah, Mech is also finished on Viper, so they're really in fighting shape. And meanwhile, on bottom, Skywrath is just looking. He doesn't have the level 6 yet, though. Else he could have gone for a solo kill, even on a level 10 hero. If you get your level 6 here, this could be a solo kill. He has it.
Oh, meanwhile, they're making a jump on the ET top.
Nice.
ET gets Nightmare. The grip's going to come through. The Ravage going to cancel the grip, though. Here comes the Chrono. It's going to be on 3. Jirax is going to be the target. The mech comes through. So he's going to be able to Burrow Strike. Looks like the Mystic Flare completely misses. Focusing on the Void. They get the Void kill. Matumba Man keeps on chasing. He gets Nightmared. And looks like the Nightmare will get toggled. Unfortunately, Matumba Man out of mana at this point. On the back line, looks like Puck was able to get 1 kill. No leap from Matumba Man. Getting the Fiend Script on is huge.
As well.
Trixie trying to run away on the right side. He's going to get coiled. Straight up TP is going to die.
Yeah, plenty of damage there. Nice fight in the end by EG, but you could see how well 4ASC also fought in that. I just think they were in a slightly worse position there. The clutch Shadow Dance going off before the Chrono. Also Jirax stunning away on the Razor. Everything was done very well, but I think they were in a tougher spot.
The static link on the Viper is pretty huge as well. Like,
it is a big counter, yeah. Also, they kind of had to commit the Ravage just to save Matumba Man there.
Yeah.
So fighting before they have Slark Blink kind of makes it so they have to help him out a bit, it feels like. So let him just farm that, and then I think 4ASC could go for stronger fights.
Yeah, a big part of Matumba Man being unable to do anything there was the Fiend Script taking away all his mana. So he kind of just like...
That's very true.
Sat as like a big melee creep, just right-clicked.
Yeah. Without mana and without Blink, you're not that cocky as a Slark.
Yeah, here comes the gank. They just need to line up the Burrow Strike and an Ancient Seal. Oh, it looks like it was even a bit slower.
Was it a bait? It was a bait.
That was very slow reaction also by Fear. But yeah, so the Blink into Sandstorm.
It was to cancel his Blink Dagger and make him use the phase shift, I think.
Well, if he gets the phase shift off.
Yeah, if he phase shifts, he still can blink away. So I think... Or actually,
no, he
wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to. But I don't know, because Sandstorm still takes a little bit before it hits. So instant phase shift would still save your blink, and then you can blink immediately.
But if he uses the...
It's not like an Iron Shell. Sandstorm is a little bit slower in its ticks. So
if you use the phase shift for the stun, it's way worse though.
Yeah, true. True. Either way, I think it's pretty hard to phase shift a blink out of smoke into Sand King Burrow Strike. Yeah. Like, it's pretty immediate. I haven't seen any player like consistently doing it against my Sand King or any other Sand King really, unless it's a very slow stun.
Okay, let's have a look at it.
Pretty kind of slow game, and it's honestly, that's the pace you want against the Slark, right?
The last game started out fairly slow as well. Like, it started out a little bit aggressive, but then at 9-9 kill score, it just evened out and went very...
Well, here's the thing, though. I think it'll remain slow. Sand King is trying to act in the role like a Centaur.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I feel like 4ASC cannot fight nearly as aggressively because they don't have to disengage.
Definitely not, yeah.
Of the Centaur, so... Oh. That's a lucky blink from Matumba Man. I think he just want to blink. Oh, he needs to Dark Pack right now. Did he get it off? He did not. His mana's being drained, and he's going to get silenced. Matumba Man gets blown up by 4
You know what that was?
Heroes.
He was tunnel visioning his Midas there, because he got the Midas off on the Mud Golem. Mid lane, though. Are they going to get a return kill here? Trying to
silence? No Chrono. He wanted to get it off the offensive urn, trying to get it. Looks like Boogie's going to get, well, all of the spell. The mech's going to come through. He's going to try to walk away. Brain Staff from long range. Going to get 2 kills.
Oh. But chasing the Viper as well, just draining a bit of damage for the push, I think.
Just RTC saying, I have BKB, you can't do that much against me.
Yeah.
I can walk in as deep as I want.
Pops it.
Oh, definitely saying I have BKB.
Definitely saying I have BKB.
Maybe he was expecting a Ravage?
Yeah, he was worried about Trixie, maybe?
He doesn't have those god fingers, you know? Doesn't trust
That was like
G.
he's so impressive.
Yeah, that's true. Earlier today, we saw G just, you know, never getting ravaged. Just
Never.
Too fast.
He's a god.
You're gonna have to blink like right onto G, and it's still gonna.
He did it.
It's still
he
gonna.
did it when Tidehunter blinked right.
Yeah, it was like 200 range away or something. But I mean, like you need actually blink
On top
and stand on top of him.
Okay.
Yeah, and still, I think he might BKB that.
So is this the kind like when you play Slark in this kind of game?
Yeah.
You need an item. Oh, yeah, he has Blink Dagger now. Do you need another item before you start being like as aggressive as Matumba Man usually is, or do you go now?
I would almost argue that just one ultimate orb does a lot for you. Because just the value you get out of it, having a little bit higher mana, a little bit higher HP, you can put on the aggression even more.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if he wants to. I mean, let's just watch what he decides to do here. But
Would the point booster first not be better in this game?
Maybe due to the Elder Titan.
Yeah, because of the Elder Titan.
Could be pretty decent, yeah.
But I mean, I think that the way that you're farming decently enough, you should just go for.
But Elder Titan is not really nerfing the ultimate orb build because, yeah, it's 10 stats to your agility and that's like 1.5 armor or something like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying like value for money kind of thing because you're under so much pressure right now.
Yeah.
And he has 1.2k gold. Like.
Well, as we previously said, I think the Vlad's into Basher is pretty high value, but...
He doesn't have any inventory space though.
Oh, look at this Smoke Gang universe running around. He's gonna run into Boogie.
Well, I mean, this kill is like alright for 4ASC. Like,
oh, he's on low health.
Oh, blink away.
Yeah. Chrono was committed to killing that support there.
I think the more important thing to be said is that EG has kept all their T1 up. And 4ASC is, first of all, taking fights in their own, like in the river or in their own jungle. So even if they win a fight, they can't really take down these T1. And secondly, that really makes it hard for Slark. He has a lot less room to work with. He's chasing a lot less.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very slow game, and honestly...
It's a slow game. And Valix also picked up a Midas from behind here on his Viper after the mech.
Recognizing the pace. Like.
Yeah. He's like, this is not action. This is...
Farm.
Something I could sleep to.
Holy crap.
You know, maybe Fear should take a page out of FNG's playbook and get a Midas on that puck as well. It's like...
Yeah, or... Yeah, that's...
It is a slow game. Blinks forward here, sees the Bane. Bane could Nightmare himself. And looks like Matumba Man respecting it. He's going to come right back in. Dark Packs again. Nice dodge. He's going to get gripped here instead. Grab's going to come through, but he's taking a ton of damage. There's no mech. They finally get the kill. He jumps to the south side. Can he make it home? He's regenning. There's a coil against Trixie. He makes it home as well. And now Valix in a lot of trouble here, taking on 3 hero. He mechs, but an epicenter comes in from 3. Jerax makes it happen. My goodness. Where's the Slark? Is he still engaging?
No, he TP'd out. He TP'd out and he's fine. So the only one to live is Zai, and he just watched as his team disappeared. Jesus, this is...
You hear Jerax say, fight him, and that's the reason why.
Yeah. That's pretty much why he wanted to fight them, as you say. Very good positioning by the Sand King there to get that massive epicenter.
And you know what? Look at the vision area where that fight occurred. There is none.
Yeah.
That's why like it's hard for both teams to take that fight, but obviously Sand King had the help of his allies. Blink Burrow Strike, man. PBD, gotta be careful.
He has to wake up Valix, but it's too far away as well.
Yeah.
So he can't do it. Oh, they're going for PPD here.
They have TBs.
Yeah, Puck is coming in. They're gonna back out, even though...
Oh,
a little bit early.
Let's back it off here.
It's because it's a second TP.
Yeah. Universe has Chrono, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. He's trying to get a solo kill on Matumba Man here.
He was jumping for Matumba Man. Can he blink away? That's a Chrono kill.
Yeah. And doesn't deal that much damage, but in the end, he's gonna go down.
Zai with the secure.
The ulti secure, gonna do it.
I think you have to do that in that case. Like, fire everything at Slark and make sure he's dead. Because if that Chronosphere runs out, he's definitely getting away. Like.
For sure. So, very big pick-off there, but after losing that fight so convincingly in their own jungle as well, EG now, sure they're 11 to 8, but there's a thing to be said about later kills being worth more.
Yeah.
And 4SE just picked up 4 kills there.
If you look at what four anchors were doing, they were actually like aggressively diving PPD at bottom. And then Universe is like, okay, if their other supports at bottom, I'm going to aggressively go into the jungle with Mask of Madness on. And finds the Slark. Like, it's really smart play.
Yeah, it is. It is. Trixie opting to go for the refresher build as well. Nothing surprising, really. When you have Refresher and your mana boots, you're pretty much set on...
I wonder if it's worth going for a pipe early. Because if you look at the composition of EG's damage output, like Voice Bashes, that's a magical, right? Damage output. Same thing with ET Spell, same thing with Puck Spell.
Yeah, and the Plasma Field. There is a lot of magic damage that you don't really think about. And even the Fiend Script is magical, but...
and you're facing against the Aura, so I feel like having any extra bit of resistance would help.
And Matumba Man walking by a ward here, he finds it in the end, I think. Not sure if he noticed.
Mid lane looking to initiate here from 4AFC.
Okay, he knows exactly where the ward is, and they're gonna get it dewarded.
But that ward's been up for a long time, though.
Yeah.
So.
It must be kind of handy being a support on 4 anchors. Like.
Yeah. Well, I think Pipe is a good item here.
Oh, it looks like we have a jump in the river, but
just a miss. To answer your question, Lumi, the Pipe would be a good item, but there's always something else that you want more, and I think that's the main issue in many games with Pipe.
True. Refresher probably more game breaking.
It's a pretty good item, and you want to get it as early as possible so the BKBs don't come in.
Yeah, and the gold cost is not even that big difference between a Refresher and a Pipe, and then it's easy to say which is going to have the bigger impact for Trixie.
Talking about BKBs, Universe is only like 200 gold away from his.
Universe is going to turn into the real carry, I think, but also RTZ playing his iconic Razor, and he almost has the Aghanims now. Once you have level 16, as he does, and hit the Aghanims, you deal tremendous damage.
I can see RTZ just going up high ground with Aghanims on, and then Universe just sitting behind them. And
yeah.
Like there's very little you can do against that siege.
The siege push is definitely there for EG. When you look at their lineup at first, you're like, oh, they don't have any push, but definitely Razor is all you need to take at tier 3 mid. They're trying with an ulti here on Trixie. They could maybe just pick this and go out.
Ooh,
oh, Bro Strike's gonna miss. Hoyle has been used.
He can go on Trixie, it's risky.
Okay, so that's 2 ultis down, and for ASC, pretty happy. They want to take the fight now if they can, since 2 ultis are down.
Well, actually, it's EG aggressively looking to play in the mid lane.
Yeah, seems for ASC gonna back out as they saw everyone walk in with their ward.
Oh, here comes a jump in.
Yeah, very aggressive.
Universe is just not afraid.
He has BKB now, like they have very little damage.
Well, he knows that his ulti is the delete computer spell right now. Like, whoever gets caught in it is most likely just gonna die to the right click from Void himself.
Yeah,
yeah, Andy actually tearing apart the stage. And how are your fingers doing, man? You okay? Nice. So the game has kind of slowed down, but we also saw what kind of a big fight you can have out of nowhere when the aggression does turn up with 4ASC going into the enemy jungle. But I think they're fine with the pace. Yeah. They really want to complete this Skadi, and they're just 200 gold away now.
Matumba Man's score is quite
I feel very doubtful about 4ASC's ability to use gold. And sorry, Shane, I just totally cut you off.
It's alright.
You said this last game as well, though. I don't trust you.
Just Lumi things.
Non-believer.
Last game didn't go late game, right? And not late game at the rate that this game is going. Like, Universe is farming insanely well. Razor is farming insanely well.
So do you think that this is going to turn up the heat, though, quite soon?
Okay.
Especially with the smoke. I think it's just a matter of trying to get your current items. Oh, they're going into this?
Ooh. The swap's gonna come out. Universe BKB jumps in. That's a 2-man chrono. Boogie will be deleted right from the get-go. Damage being stolen from Valak, so he's actually useless. Immediate buyback from Boogie.
One ulti by Zai.
Okay, Matumba Man is able to actually do nothing. He gets Hoyle. He needs to jump away.
Still no Ravage.
So that's 3 kills, a buyback. Might be actually more. They see him. The clap's gonna come through. They earn him up as well. He jumps further in. TP out. Yule Scepter. The sight is real here. He could keep blinking, but he's actually just trapped in there. In fact, he needs to fight Fear now. Man fight. Fear might win this one.
It was pretty close.
He does win it.
Yeah.
He does win it in the end. So that was very, very aggressive by Jax to go in, because they were pretty split up. Only 3 of them were really sitting on that side, where the others ran around the Ancients and everything. So
I kind of like that about 4 anchors, though. They always want to fight. Like, they're really, really good at skirmishes. Like.
Yeah, but it's also going to punish you sometimes. Another Yule Scepter, of course, on ET, trying to get a setup here on Boogie. Razor, is he close enough? He isn't.
They still have Ravage, but I don't think you want to use it for an Elder Titan.
Well, I think Elder Titan's going to get Gush and Anchored, and that would be it. Yeah. Meanwhile, Jerax giving chase to Arteezy.
He has force. Oh, he went the wrong way. The nighttime vision. Stopping his pursuit.
Do you think this is BKB or Aghanims for the Sanking? There are 2 Yule Scepters, so there's quite a bit of disable, but there's also a lot of stuff that goes through your BKB. Maybe just Aghanims and try to get the big epicenter to win the game kind of thing. However, I do like the Yule Scepter build a little bit more. Yule Scepter, Gold Scepter. Like
I think if he was going to go Aghanims, he'd probably get Veil first. Because of Skyrat and... Like, they already have a decent amount of magical
damage. Behind here?
Oh, but it's a bait. All right, here comes all the spell, but you know Sanking's going to be coming in soon. Where is the Sanking? Sanking actually burrow universe, and he's actually out of here. That might actually be...
Alex doesn't actually do damage.
He does not.
Like, literally, as Andy would say.
Well, he got linked up by the Razor, so...
Yeah.
A couple of bad fights for 4ASC. They lost, you know, an entire team. Boogie was forced to buy back, and he died again there.
I mean, it's the damage-stealing lineup, right? You just enfeeble someone and static link him, and it's like, yeah, you can heal our team if you punch us, maybe. You know, hopefully.
That should actually be a thing.
That would be a thing. Would you be against that, Andy? Must heal. So Jerax just trying to help his team a little bit here on bottom, but there are creeps with this push. The tower should probably be going down. Viper still 25 seconds dead.
Holy crap. Maelstrom finished on Void as well. This is getting scary.
Yeah. The Void can definitely solo kill people. And
finally, Matumba man finishes his Scary though.
Yeah. He didn't have it in that fight that they went for as well. He was actually 100 gold away from it as they went in with the Sanking. That's why I got so surprised that they went overly aggressive.
They're just like, we don't need creep wave, man. It's okay.
Yeah. They don't care. Razor ulti is a very good spell for pushing.
And Fear just always sitting beside them, ready to initiate at any time.
You know, the impressive thing is that 4ASC is able to keep up with gold despite being down so many towers, but I think the balance is soon to be tipped. This 5k goldie, I see it persisting because 4ASC cannot find those fights where they, you know, gets a 3-man epicenter.
Yeah, I think not just persisting, it might even, you know, get even worse for ASC.
This team fight that's going to happen bottom.
This ward for EGZ is doing so much.
Yeah.
Look how aggressive 4 Anchors wards are as well. They see everything.
Yeah, and Arteezy doesn't have TP for 30 seconds. He called it from the top lane, so he wants his team to be defensive here as well.
EG needs to back right now. They saw the TP out from Void, and that's the only thing that's keeping them safe, I think.
Yeah. Void does not have a TP or anything. They need to run away. They cannot stay down here.
Jerax gets found.
EG, you're out of position right now. This is dangerous.
All right, they're going to come right in. They're going to Ravage. Only gets 1. PPD gets deleted. And now the support Zai in a little bit of trouble as well. He's going to drop his ultimate, but he's going to get right-click down so fast. Matumba Man eats the big ultimate. Here comes a Void on the back line here, but how many are they going to lose? Void is going to just plink down 1. Chronos Trixie.
Oh, no fair.
A lot of ultimates being used just for 1. Here comes Epicenter, like you said, and they're going to try to burn down Universe, but he's very, very tanky despite of that. Jerax dies. Where's Matumba Man in all of this?
He backed out quite far and ran, and even the Yule Scepter now catching Valix. Is Valix going to go down as well? I think he is. Double Yule Scepter even to keep him still here. A lot of control coming out from EG.
EG handily winning these fights. Sure, it was a Zai buyback, but the most important thing is there is no towers for 4ASC.
Yeah, the towers are not there, and then you really fall behind in gold. It's very difficult to play. They are closing up on the refresher on Tide. I think they need it.
What's different about like the team that 4 Anchors picked for Slark this game? Like, they picked Viper. They didn't pick Viper that often with him before, didn't they? No?
Well, they had it last game.
Together with Slark? No, they have picked Viper with Slark quite a bit before.
Was it the Tide then? Like,
but I think the bigger difference is probably having the... When they play Tide Sanking, I think they have played AM a little bit more.
Yeah.
And for Centaur, they value the Slark really high. They always value the Slark though, so...
I think the problem with this 4ASC lineup is the fact that they don't have enough burst. Like, what the Slark lineup is really good at is get a target killed, move on to the target, and then the next.
Yeah.
And having Centaur to burst one down, stampede your team to chase for more is very, very good. Now, you might argue that Sanking does the same for the team, but Sanking is mostly used as kind of like a I let my team initiate, and then I come back in with the epicenter to do the afterburst.
They do have Basher now, though, completed up on the Slark. And this has been the turning point in many games where we have seen Slark play.
I feel like that's not enough.
Yeah, it might not be.
They have, EG have so many cores that...
How are you going to solve the universe problem?
I don't know.
It's very hard to deal with.
Gets coiled up. He's going to burrow, but he's dead.
Fiends.
Easy grip.
Easy grip, and Universe says, thank you, I will take that. Meanwhile, Slark running into Razor, trying to play aggressively here.
I mean, Razor, as soon as he sees him, just links and just runs, and that's it.
Yeah, he has a Refresher on RTZ,
It's ridiculous. So double BKB, double ultimate.
Yeah. So the 7 and 6 second BKB charge.
Can you static link 2 people at the same time?
You can only get damage, like your total damage can only be the same.
The maximum.
Yeah. But I think you might be able to drain from 2 people at once and gain the same total. I'm not sure. I haven't played around with that mechanic. Either way, I imagine you could probably lower 2 people's damage, but you won't get more yourself.
That's exactly how it works.
Lumi, knowing the answer, just not saying anything.
Oh, the tower's not even gonna get picked by Matamba Man. The tower deny comes through. Matamba Man jumps away. He's gonna get hit. They see him somehow.
They have so good spells for keeping vision as well.
Can he blink after the...
He could, if they don't damage him.
Yules him. He should be able to blink.
I mean, look at the control these 2 heroes give.
They have
another Yules on Fear.
Oh, they couldn't stop the Shadow Dance TP out. So even with all that control, pretty hard hero to bring down.
Well, he was in the trees, like really deep in the trees.
They had all the vision in the trees, though, with the orb and with the spirit being there. But nice getaway from Matamba Man.
Both hero misses, except Universe. He's got the second shot, and yeah, Universe not taking any damage under his BKB. They're going to try to go on him, but he's fine. Are they going to turn around with the grip? Here comes a Nightmare.
3 seconds
he needed the spell.
He doesn't have grip. Now he has it online. And seems that we're just going to see a walk away from the Finnish.
They got 1 tower.
Oh, they want to go aggressive. They actually burst down the Bane and take his gem. That's an amazing item.
Pretty big, but look at Arteezy.
Okay, bottom has to be defended.
Yeah, that's a double ult.
Oh
okay,
my
Boogie.
God. That
Come again. Who's next? They're gonna try to focus on Matamba Man. He cannot join the fight because they were just kind of distracting them.
Okay.
And it's Arteezy, Objective Gaming on the bottom side. Here comes a flank from the left side. It's going to be Matamba Man coming in. Immediate Shadow Dance. He doesn't do damage quickly enough, but the Eye of Storm is ending fairly soon.
Yeah, can they keep chasing here, or do they have to back? There's no Void ulti. Maybe they can catch and kill anything, but there are so many elusive heroes on EG.
Foil's going to get used, and that's a clap. He's going to just TP out. EG not losing anybody.
You snooze, you lose.
You snooze, you lose. Wow, what a getaway, really.
Well,
here we have Universe
Matamba Man once more. He jumps away. He's got Blink.
Universe is so fast.
Yeah, need to be careful about how you use your Dark Pack, because if you use it, you can't blink.
Yeah.
So
self-damage counts as well.
Self-damage does stop your blink.
You know, when I see a perfect Dota game, I feel like when you don't lose any towers and you don't lose a Roshan, it's as close to a perfect game as possible. Obviously, giving away kills is not perfect, but I think it's easier to get kills than towers. Yeah. Or sorry, the other way around. So protecting your towers is like godly, and EG's playing a godly game right now.
Just something you forget about when you play PUBG. Oh, the stump.
Okay, he's gonna dispel that.
They're gonna get this Roshan though, and with the Aegis onto Slark now, maybe this is the time, you know, they have to go now, because you saw what 1 siege on bottom did with just Arteezy being there. At the very least, his BKB is down to a 6-second charge now, which is fairly low. But that's really me stretching and trying to find some good things here for
he always has Refresher as well, so even at the lowest, it should be 5-second BKB.
Yeah,
unless
exactly.
he uses
5 times 2, times 2, yeah.
Unless he uses the ultis like one after another, which is what he did bottom actually.
That is very true. I like that they managed to steal the gem though. Having the gem now onto Sanking is going to help them a little bit with the easier D wards as well. Mids. It's so dangerous though. If Universe lands 1 good chrono here, the entire game could be over.
Yeah, basically the 1 good chrono has to equate 2 good Ravage.
Yeah.
Like you have to just disable the entire team.
Refresher is completed on Tide, so of course this is a good timing. Aegis, Refresher. But you have to find the right opening as well. And every single hero, apart from maybe the Bane, are so hard to kill. Yeah. Hex on Puck, Dual Scepter on Puck, and the Elder Titan.
Yeah.
And Razor and Void are just, you know, they're tough heroes.
Zai is also level 16 as well, so even if Slark ultis, like Shadow Dances, in the Chronosphere, that ulti is going to do so much damage.
Slark is looking aggressively in the jungle here.
Can't,
Oh, he's
like,
predicting a jump, maybe?
Hex is also finished on Fear. That'll help again with the Slark. And he's going Ultimate Orb. Is he getting a Linken's on Fear?
Oh, yeah.
I guess for the silence?
Probably a Linken's, yeah. It's not bad, because then the Super Basher cannot be used to kill him as well. Because you have to plan ahead. The Super Basher is almost completed on Slark. Amazed at how well he keeps up in farm, even in a game like this. And same thing for Valix. A lot of Viper players just fall off really hard in farm.
Well, he's got a Midas.
Yeah, but 231 CS is the more impressive part. Like, just being able to stay on top of farm as well.
You have no, like, flash farm ability as
Exactly,
well.
so you have to spend a lot of time just clicking the creeps.
Literally, like, it takes ages.
Actually farming.
Manta will be Viper's next item.
Like, it's pretty good against the silence from Puck.
It's just like stats damage,
Stats damage, yeah.
attack speed, movement speed.
Yeah, it does give some decent damage output, and
Is it the correct item?
yeah, I think so. Also, even your illusions have the corrosive skin, if I'm not incorrect.
I think this game revolves around Universe. If Universe gets jumped...
The Abyssal Blade pickoff attempt.
He jumped the wrong way.
They're pinging the small camp, but they're not going
They need
there.
sight on him.
He's
They need
pretty
sight on
quick.
him. He's got BKB. Abyssal has to be the only one. He jumps away. BKB is
They
used.
can catch him, though.
Well, there's Abyssal Blade. The
still has
BKB
chrono.
needs to end.
He's gone.
He chronos and he does a good runaway, but he's still slowed down.
Mjolnir.
The rest of EG, wow, he got a runaway. He cannot. All right, big pickoff.
Massive pickoff.
Huge.
Yeah.
The thing is, look at top. You cannot push.
Yeah, you're
4
not
AC
gonna
has to
get-
back off.
You're not going to get an objective for it, so back to base they go.
Where's our TZ? He's hanging around middle. He wants his tower as well.
Yeah. And Slark is looking for more. Can he find... He's going for a mid tower, actually.
Yeah, why not backdoor it? Force out Glyph.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so easy for him to do that. You can come back in and do it
Yeah, he
again.
just turns around now in a second. He's like,
Yeah, with Void being dead, you might be able to try again. But he has been shut down before by PPD as well from his Bane. So cred to PPD, since it's so hard to play Slark, Bane against Slark.
When I watched EG in the past, like even if PPD is playing like an Earthshaker, he won't get like a Blink Dagger until like 40 minutes into the game.
Oh, mid, Zai. Mid is...
He's got Yules. He should be fine.
He's also very
I
fast.
hear Matumba Man upset about his pounds missing.
Like, do you think prioritizing Bane's farm in this game and getting him a Blink Dagger just so we can jump the Slark with the ultimate is...
No, PPD in all of the EG victories, like they could be up 30k net worth,
And
and
he'll
he
have
has
nothing.
like earn. That's it.
Yeah. But
He is the
that's
most
because
sacrificial.
Look at the sentries as well. Like, they're just always trying to drop wards everywhere and stay on top of their game. Even against a Slark with a gem on Sand King, they're still trying to, you know, play the ward war.
Okay, so if you put a sentry ward on the ground, it doesn't give you any vision if you're...
For a slight period of time. Right when you drop it, it gives vision, but not long, after a few seconds.
Does that... It doesn't proc Slark's Dark Pact?
No.
Or not as Dark Pact as Shadow Dance, no?
No.
You can see the difference it makes. Like even this late in the game, once the T1s are starting to be down, the map opens a bit more. That Slark is running a lot more rampant.
EG are also doing a good job at dodging the Aegis, and they know right now they cannot have a TP scroll.
Got the BKB, and he'll have to pop it right then and there.
Universe is coming close. Need to be careful here. Valix might be caught out.
Oh, the coil breaks against Valix.
How
Valix
much
is dead,
damage?
right? The
Tumba coming in
Ravage,
from
actually, he didn't blink. Trixie, rare mistake. He gets Chrono, so no refresher. I wonder if he has spyback. Looks like he doesn't.
They just go high ground.
Yeah, this is high ground. The second ultimate's going to come in. Meanwhile, Matumba Man on the high ground, he's going to get one, eats a big ET ultimate. Is he going to get gripped? I'm not sure. He needs to jump down as well. Nightmare finds him up there.
Yeah, the pressure on mid, though. Look at the racks. They're
Yeah, they're just saying,
disappearing.
Matumba Man, you can't ever get back to base. Here comes a buyback from Trixie, drops a Ravage, Epicenter, it's gonna come through. They have the damage. Matumba Man gets off the high ground, finally gets a kill on Arteezy.
They only lost range racks. It's not that big of a deal, to be honest.
But look
and
at the
they managed to
waves,
get kills.
it's all shoved in. They need to push fast.
Yeah, the side lanes are in their favor, so they can go down the mid lane. And
What kind
this
of
is
push
a good
do they have?
opening.
They get a tier 2, I guess.
They
Yeah.
still have buyback on
They get a
Void.
tier 2, and if EG are not disciplined here, they might die, and then that could be high ground as well. But those kills gave a lot of gold back and experience back to the Finnish players.
Backdoor region, trolling the Fin stack.
They only need 40 seconds. It's not like... Is it enough time?
Can we see how much stat the Slark stole in that fight? Or not much, so he's not really hitting that hard.
Yeah, he really only killed the Elder Titan at first, and then was the Titan sanking, making the play on mid.
Alright.
Okay, so when Void lives, he is gonna have the Chronosphere. You have to be careful about overcommitting here, but this is a very aggressive team as well.
Ooh,
They're just messing with them as well, and there's gonna be a clap coming in.
Might back out now.
Yeah.
That was enough damage, I think.
Because a Koyo could just buy enough time for the Void to come in.
Or asleep.
Trixie a little bit late here.
Oh, jumping in. Matumba Man does go on PPD and kills him.
Abyssal is down though,
Careful,
so
Chrono.
they don't have a weapon. Here comes a Chrono. Matumba Man walks into it. They need any way to actually keep them alive. Valak's gonna get burned down. Oh my goodness, the Hex and the Earth Splitter burns them down.
Yeah,
this
they're
could
gonna
be
catch
it.
him as well. Trixie is gonna stay and die here without buyback available. 85 seconds on everyone here.
Holy crap. Universe finishes his Aghanims and charges up middle.
They do have one buyback available, but Viper does not have a buyback.
All right, Jirax doing stacking things, but I'm not sure if this matters. He might actually even die. That was Jirax. Not sure if he was in the right position. The clap, the damage.
Ooh, and gem down as well.
I think he realized that if they get to their base, you're gonna go down. That was a very fun little sound that Jirax made as he realized he was gonna go down there. I mean, Matumba Man is alive, but it's really only him and Boogie against the world right now.
We've seen him do it before.
Here we go. Matumba Man takes away about half of Universe's health, but it's more about Arteezy now. He's got the double ult soon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's going on the racks and just hitting so hard.
There's nothing they can do about this at all. They have to try and fight with one rack.
You have to accept that you're going to be down 2 lanes, but there's still a half a minute on the respawn timers. Are they gonna try and go top as well?
Just
refresh.
Yeah.
Here we go. I mean, the Chronosphere is back up soon too, and this is an Axe Chrono.
Yeah. Oh god, he still has the Eye of the Storm.
He's fighting right now, but Chrono's back up soon. Universe needs to be super bashed. He jumps away. Meanwhile, Arteezy still plinking away. Links up Matumba Man, force him back.
There's no way
the
to stop
Hex
this.
Gets dispelled. And that's going to be Mega Creeps.
Mega Creeps are secured, but they still feel like we can try one last fight here. Gonna try going on Arteezy.
Arteezy, way too tanky for this. And keep in mind, Chrono is back up. He jumps away, breaks the link. That's GG.
That is going to be GG, definitely. They're trying to do whatever they can.
With the double ravage!
Getting the channel. Even a flying Fear. Fear is so high up in the air right there with the Chronosphere catching him. But in the end, well played by EG, managing to win against this renowned Slark. Ooh. We're kind of counting him out and they keep on playing here. Buybacks are going and players are dying in the enemy base, but I don't think they have the lineup that can deal with Megas ever, so...
Well, they do have a Sanking. Can kill some creeps.
Not actually that fast, though. We might see the game keep going for a little bit here, but it is the...
Oh, Jirax with a nice stun on Fear.
The desperate situation.
Never stop. Never give up.
Sandstorm doing some work. The Yule Scepter. That Sandstorm has a 70-second channel time, so he can wait, but in fact, it's Fear getting out of there way quicker.
Oh.
Yeah, the downtown channel. Meanwhile, Trixie defending, and they want to get this kill. Jirax does not want to give up, and
he's got orb.
This is why it's hard to kill a puck, guys.
And he'll TP out. Enough of that circus
Anchor
stuff.
Smash is actually the best spell in the game.
Well, look at Trixie. He's also going out.
We hear Trixie.
Oh, well.
He smiles over to the caster desk and realizes, I cannot do more than that.
Oh, man, Universe on his Void is like, it's unstoppable, you know.
Yeah.
He got first blood on it as well.
The dual off lane as well, because they realize alone he would probably not be able to do anything on that lane.
Right.
But so smart putting Zai up there, just making it a little bit easier for him to get something on the lane. Getting the first blood was massive.
T1 tower, man, is what I'm going to just say.
All right.
The T1 tower is alive for way too long. In fact, even when the towers went down, they were all denies. So...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mid was denied, bottom was denied, and top might have been denied. I'm not sure. Either way, it's a 1-1 in the end between 4ASC and EG, and we saw the same thing against Tinker. So now 4ASC only has to play up against C9 and see if they can 1-1 them as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far they're doing extremely well. And EG, maybe not the start that they would have hoped for, but 1-1 on both occasions is at least not going 0-0.
Yeah.
But it's probably better, like, they were I think they were expecting more. Is your microphone on?
No. Oh, well, there we go.
There you go. It works. So they didn't bat out the Slark.
Do you think that for ASC picking up a win there was like completely unexpected?
The first game?
No.
I mean, I think we all said 1-1.
Yeah.
Because they've been playing well.
Apart from me. Oh well.
I think we said 2-0 EG.
You said 2-0 EG. I said 1-1.
I said 1-1.
Yeah. Well, I think that for ASC is a team that you can count on taking at least one game against any team, really.
Yeah.
And they have proven to do so as well. So
if this was a best of 3, say, do you think that it would be the same? First game going to 4ASC, second game EG. Do you think the third game would be anyone's game? Or do you think
quite likely a 2-1 to EG, I'm going to say. Because it's also about figuring out your opponent. And EG, as Lumi said at one point during this game, for ASC, we're giving them a lot of credit because they play amazing. But EG is the better team. They have proven it on many lands as well. But, you know, this is an up-and-coming Finnish team, so I look forward to it.
Yeah, and I think one of the Freudian slips that you made earlier, I think it's called that way, you said Matumba fan instead of Matumba man. I think that's actually now a Twitch bandwagon that people can hop on because that's definitely a thing.
Hashtag Matumba fan.
Hashtag Matumba fan.
Nice.
Someone who is maybe not as much of a Matumba fan, but definitely happy he won the second game is PPD, who is sitting on a couch together with Bruno for a winner's interview.
Thank you very much, Shiver. And as she said, yes, I'm here with Peter Dagger, PPD. How's it going, man?
It's good, I guess. It's fine.
Good. First of all, I just want to get something out of the question. Like, people are calling you salty. Do you feel you're salty?
I mean, somebody's got to crack the whip.
Right.
So, I mean, you can call it that if you want, but...
Fair enough. You keep the guy straight.
I try to.
That's good. It's working. I mean, you're...
Sometimes, not all the time.
I see. So, about these guys, right? So you play them the first game, people were like, don't let them pick Slark. They pick Slark, they beat you, like in that AG, like Roshan fight, that doesn't go well. Let's not talk about that. What I want to talk about is the fact that after losing, you let them get the Slark again. And then you reply with Razor, you play with picks that are very good, and you take game 2. What do you think about the hero, Slark, in general?
I think Slark is really good, and he probably plays like the best Slark out there. So you got to have respect for that. But it has some flaws, and if you're going to first to it, it's not always the best pick. There's a lot of like hero, like Void's really good against him, like Enigma's really good. Like some people say Doom is pretty good. So there's just like a lot of ways to kind of beat him. And I knew they were going to pick it in the first game, and I thought we had the kind of right plan to go up against it, but they just played really well, and we just didn't have what it took to win that game.
And coming to EG in general, like you guys are playing really well. It took you like today, the first game didn't go so well, same here, but you still have a lot of games going on. In general, like how are you feeling about the patch? Like does this favor you or not really based on your playstyle?
The current patch I really like. We're finally kind of getting comfortable with it. Like we're learning a lot of new strategies, and it's really nice that we have this big group stage where we can practice and try a bunch of different things and still hopefully get through, like with top 6. But there's a lot of space to explore in the patch, which is always fun. And usually, you know, there's plenty of things to learn, and metas will always change even if there's no balance changes. So it's just, we'll see where this tournament goes.
Fair enough. That's good. And one other thing before I let you go, because I think you're playing XNG Captain's Draft after this.
Yeah, we're playing against Team Tinker for Captain's Draft.
Yeah, so first of all, best of luck with that. I didn't tell them the same, so I'm actually cheering for you this time. But people are telling, and every time I talk to any player from any other team, they say that you are the best drafter. Or like at least that's kind of like the general opinion. I want to get your take. Like, take yourself out of the equation. Who do you think is a really good drafter in this scene?
Oh, I mean that's a really hard question because I think most teams draft together as a team. But I think like I think it's more of like players that have unique ideas about the game. Like I think No-Tail has really unique ideas. I think Envy has really unique ideas. I think like maybe Black from Vici also has like really unique ideas about how the game can be played, and those ideas are what kind of meld like the drafter's mindset.
Sounds good.
So if you have players who can like bend boundaries, then you can get really creative with drafting.
Yep, and we as viewers and casters are always looking forward to that, because what more exciting to see like heroes that you don't rarely see ever play than they actually work. But thank you very much for being here, and where can people follow you?
Just on Twitter, PPD Dota.
PPD Dota,
Yep.
and you stream on Twitch?
Yeah, I try to stream. Not for the next 3 weeks because we're traveling, but just PPD on Twitch.
Right. Are you nice or naughty these days?
I'm actually really mannered right now. I think it's a new thing I'm trying. My MMR went up like 400 in like 2 days, so
nice.
Kill him with kindness is what I say.
Sounds good. Thank you very much. And we're going into a break. After this break, we'll have the first game of Cloud9 versus 4ASC. Guys, stay tuned. See you in a bit.